The Lost World. The story opens on New Haven, a human colony that was abandoned during the Great War between Earth and the alien Dominion 50 years ago. The colony was written off as lost when communication went dark during a massive alien assault. Commander Jake Thompson leads the surviving 12,000 colonists who have spent decades hiding in underground cities they carved from the planet's mountains. The humans have learned to scavenge alien technology from crashed ships and adapt it to their needs. They've become masters of guerrilla warfare and stealth operations. The colony has been quietly observing the alien forces that now control their star system. 3 different alien species have set up bases on nearby planets. The reptilian Scar, who control the mining operations, the insectoid Vex, who run the trade routes, and the energy-based Neth, who oversee the military installations. Jake receives intelligence from his scout teams that Earth has finally sent a reconnaissance fleet to check on the dead system. However, the aliens have detected the approaching Earth ships and are preparing a massive ambush that will destroy humanity's first attempt to reclaim lost territory. The colonists face a choice: remain hidden and safe, or reveal themselves to warn Earth and risk everything they've built. Jake calls a colony meeting where heated debates break out. Some want to stay hidden, others want to help Earth, and a few suggest they should take control of the entire system themselves. The part ends with Jake making the decision to act, but not in the way anyone expects. Instead of just warning Earth, he proposes something much bolder. The colonists will strike first and take control of key alien installations before Earth arrives, giving humanity a massive advantage. The Underground Network. Jake reveals the colony's secret weapon. They've spent decades building a network of underground tunnels and hidden bases throughout the entire star system. Using captured alien transport technology, small teams of humans have been secretly establishing footholds on every major planet and asteroid. The colonists have developed unique fighting techniques that combine human adaptability with stolen alien technology. They've learned to use Scar mining equipment as weapons, Vex communication systems for coordination, and Neth energy shields for protection. Captain Lisa Ward leads the technical division that has reverse-engineered alien technology. She explains how they've created hybrid weapons that are more effective than pure human or alien designs. The humans have also learned the aliens' weaknesses through careful observation. The Scar are powerful but slow to adapt to new situations. The Vex are excellent at coordination but panic when their command structure is disrupted. The Neth are nearly invincible in energy form, but vulnerable when they take physical shape to operate machinery. Jake outlines the master plan. Simultaneous strikes on 3 key targets. The Scar mining world of Kepler-7 controls the system's resource production. The Vex trade station at the asteroid belt manages all interstellar commerce. The Neth command fortress on the gas giant's moon coordinates all military operations. Each strike team has a specific mission. Ward's team will capture the Scar mining equipment and turn it against their bases. Rodriguez's team will take control of the Vex communication network to spread confusion. Kim's team will infiltrate the Neth fortress and seize their strategic computers. The aliens have grown complacent over 50 years of unchallenged control. They never imagined the extinct human colony was still alive and watching their every move. The colonists have detailed maps of every alien facility and know their patrol schedules, shift changes, and security weaknesses. As the teams prepare for deployment, they face technical challenges and personal fears. Many colonists have never left New Haven's safety. The alien technology they're using is partially understood and could fail at critical moments, but their determination to reclaim their home system drives them forward. The Triple Strike. The 3 strike teams launch their coordinated assault across the star system. Each team faces unique challenges as they execute their part of the master plan. Ward's team infiltrates the Scar mining world by disguising themselves as maintenance workers. The reptilian Scar are methodical but unimaginative, following the same routines for decades. The humans use this predictability against them, timing their attack during the shift change when security is lightest. They capture the main mining control center and turn the massive excavation machines into weapons. Giant drilling platforms become artillery, mining lasers become defensive weapons, and transport vehicles become assault craft. The Scar military is caught completely off guard as their own mining equipment attacks their bases. Rodriguez's team infiltrates the Vex trade station by hiding inside cargo containers. The insectoid Vex rely heavily on their hive mind communication network. When the humans take control of their central communication hub, they inject false orders and contradictory commands that cause massive confusion. Vex ships start attacking each other, believing they've received legitimate orders. Trade routes collapse as merchant vessels receive conflicting navigation data. The highly organized Vex society begins to fall apart when their communication system turns against them. Kim's team faces the most dangerous mission at the Neth Fortress. The energy-based aliens are the most powerful military force in the system. However, the humans have discovered that the Neth must take physical form to operate their strategic computers and command systems. Using EMP weapons developed from alien technology, Kim's team forces the Neth commanders into physical form at a critical moment. In their physical state, the Neth are vulnerable to conventional weapons. The humans capture the fortress's command center and gain access to all Neth military codes and battle plans. As news of the 3 successful strikes spreads, alien forces across the system begin to panic. Their secure communication networks are compromised, their resource production has stopped, and their military command structure is in human hands. The aliens attempt to coordinate a counterattack, but their different species have trouble working together without their normal command structures. The Scar want to retreat to defensive positions, the Vex want to evacuate their trade assets, and the Neth want to launch an immediate assault to retake their fortress. System in chaos. The alien coalition begins to collapse as each species pursues its own survival strategy. The humans exploit these divisions while consolidating their captured positions. Jake coordinates the overall strategy from New Haven's command center, now revealed to be a sophisticated military installation built into the planet's core. The colonists have spent 50 years preparing for this moment, and their planning shows in every detail. The Scar attempt to retake their mining world, but find their own equipment turned against them. Human engineers have modified the mining machines with additional weapons and defenses. The reptilian aliens are forced to fight an urban warfare campaign in their own industrial facilities. Ward's team discovers that the Scar have been stockpiling rare metals needed for faster-than-light travel. By controlling these resources, the humans can prevent alien reinforcements from other star systems, while ensuring Earth's fleet will have the materials needed for sustained operations. The Vex try to re-establish their communication network, but find that the humans have learned their protocols too well. Rodriguez's team continues to inject false information that sends Vex fleets to wrong locations and causes merchant vessels to deliver supplies to human-controlled bases instead of alien ones. The Vex society begins to fragment as individual hives lose contact with the central authority. Some Vex groups even begin negotiating with the humans, preferring trade agreements to continued warfare. The Neth prove the most dangerous opponents as they adapt quickly to the changed situation. However, Kim's team has learned to predict when the energy beings will take physical form. Using the captured Neth fortress as a base, the humans begin striking other Neth installations across the system. Meanwhile, Earth's reconnaissance fleet approaches the system's edge, expecting to find either a dead system or an overwhelming alien presence. Instead, they receive a transmission from Commander Thompson. New Haven colony to Earth fleet. The system is secure. Humanity has returned. The Earth fleet's Admiral, Williams, can barely believe the reports. A single lost colony has somehow defeated 3 alien species and captured an entire star system. The strategic implications are enormous. If one forgotten colony can achieve this much, what can a united humanity accomplish? As the Earth ships enter the system, they find human flags flying over alien installations and human voices controlling the communication networks. The colonists have not just survived, they've conquered. The new empire, Admiral Williams arrives at New Haven to find a transformed world. The underground cities have expanded into a vast network that spans multiple planets. The colonists have built a hybrid civilization that combines human adaptability with alien technology. Jake explains how the colony's isolation forced them to become more resourceful and united than Earth's scattered worlds. Every colonist learned multiple skills: engineering, combat, diplomacy, and strategy. They became a society of versatile survivors who could outthink and out-adapt their enemies. The three alien species now face a choice: accept human rule or face complete destruction. The Scar, being practical, agree to work as mining contractors under human supervision. The Vex, valuing trade above all, negotiate commercial partnerships with their new human overlords. The Neth prove most resistant, but are slowly accepting subordinate military roles. Earth's government struggles to understand what the colony has become. These aren't the same humans who were abandoned 50 years ago. They've evolved into something harder, more capable, and more ambitious. They've tasted victory against impossible odds and developed an appetite for expansion. The colonists reveal their next phase. Using the captured alien technology and resources, they plan to retake other lost human worlds. Each success will add more resources and knowledge to humanity's growing power base. Jake proposes a new model for human expansion. Not the scattered, vulnerable colonies of the past, but interconnected fortress worlds that can support each other. Each world will be both self-sufficient and part of a larger network. The alien species that once dominated this region of space now find themselves becoming junior partners in a human-led alliance. The humans offer them protection and prosperity in exchange for loyalty and knowledge. Admiral Williams realizes that he's not just witnessing the rescue of a lost colony. He's seen the birth of a new human empire. The forgotten colonists of New Haven have become the founders of humanity's next great expansion. As the story concludes, Jake stands in the command center that once coordinated desperate survival efforts and now manages an entire star system. Earth's fleet has brought news of other human worlds under alien occupation. The New Haven model, patience, preparation, and decisive action, will be exported to liberate them all. The final scene shows human ships, now incorporating the best of three alien technologies, preparing to launch toward the next target system. The forgotten colony has become the spearhead of humanity's return to the stars. The message is clear. Humanity's greatest strength isn't superior technology or overwhelming numbers, but the ability to adapt, survive, and turn any situation to their advantage. The aliens who thought they had destroyed human presence in the region have instead forged them into something far more dangerous: a unified, experienced, and determined force ready to reclaim the galaxy.